Every startup business with no money videos I've seen online is either fake. Like technically you need no money, but you need a truck you conveniently already own. Or it's just dropshipping again with a different font on the thumbnail. So I wanted to actually sit down and find 11 that are real. Stuff a broke college student or somebody working a normal job with a little extra time could actually start this month. Not someday when I save up. Most of these are under 500 bucks to get going. A couple are basically free. I'm not going to rank them because honestly, which one's best depends entirely on whether you'd rather talk to strangers or avoid people completely. I've tried to group them that way instead. So let's get started. Number 1, mobile notary. This is the one I think most people sleep on the hardest, so I wanted to start with it. Every time somebody refinances a house or closes a mortgage, there's this huge stack of paperwork that has to be signed in front of a notary. And title companies don't want to deal with that themselves. So they hire out independent people to drive to the person's house, sit at their kitchen table, and walk them through everything and notarize it on the spot. You get paid per appointment. It's usually somewhere in the $75 to $200 range for maybe 30 or 40 minutes of actual work. And if you're organized about it, you can stack 2 or 3 of those in one afternoon, which, do the math for a second, that's a really good hourly rate for something with almost no barrier to entry. Getting started will cost you a notary commission, a background check, and some basic training on how loan signing works. All in, you're probably looking at 3 to 500 bucks. That's it. No inventory, no employees, you don't even need a nice car. It just doesn't sound cool to talk about at a party, so nobody brings it up. But it quietly pays well. Number 2, pressure washing. This one's the opposite end of the spectrum. It's just labor, and that's kind of the point. A decent electric pressure washer with a surface cleaner attachment is somewhere around $300 to $600, and in most places, you don't even need any kind of license to just go do it. You're cleaning driveways, sidings, decks, fences, stuff homeowners look at every day and feel slightly embarrassed about. People pay $150 to $400 for a job that only takes you 2 to 3 hours. It's great if you're still in school, because it's basically a weekend thing. And the demand doesn't really dry up because dirty concrete doesn't fix itself. But I'll be honest about the downside. It's tiring, it's weather dependent, and there's only so much you personally can scrub in a day. But that's also a kind of an opportunity. Once you've got a few regulars, you stop dumping money back into gear and you start banking it. And eventually, bring on a second person and take a cut instead of doing every job yourself. Number 3, setting up basic AI tools for local businesses. Okay, hear me out on this one because I know AI businesses sound like a red flag at this point. Everybody doing AI content right now is either chasing big companies or selling a course to other people trying to sell courses. Basically, nobody is walking into the actual electrician down the street or the dentist's office or the little HVAC company that's still missing half the calls because the owner's up a ladder all day. You're not building anything fancy here. You're literally just connecting tools that already exist. Missed call auto texting, automatic review request after a job, appointment reminders, maybe a simple chat box on their website, and charging a flat monthly fee to keep it running for them. If you already own a laptop, this costs you basically nothing to start. What it actually costs is time. You need to genuinely understand the tools well enough to sound like you know what you're doing. And you need to be willing to cold call or just walk into places. It's not a glamorous work, but it's a recurring money every single month. And there are millions of small businesses nobody in the AI space is bothering to talk about. Number 4, move in and move out cleaning. Landlords need units cleaned fast between tenants, and a lot of them are sick of cleaning companies that just don't show up or half do the job. You don't need much to start this. A good vacuum, some supplies, maybe $100 worth of cleaning stuff, most of which pays for itself after your first job or 2. You can charge more than a regular house cleaning too, because these jobs are time sensitive. An empty unit is losing the landlord money every day it's not rented. So they'll pay not to deal with that delay. The way in is not exciting. You just message every small landlord and property manager you can find and offer a flat rate for the next turnover. A 2 or 3% team doing this consistently can turn into a steady, real income pretty fast. and you can scale it up with people, not equipment. Number 5. Specific subject tutoring. Generic tutoring is crowded and honestly kind of underpaid. But tutoring for one very specific high-stakes thing is a different story. SAT Math specifically, a particular AP exam, the exact intro chemistry class at your specific university that everybody dreads. If you're a student, this is close to free to start because you already have the knowledge. You're not selling I'm good at school. You're selling I got a 5 on this exact exam, or I've literally taken this exact professor's class. That specificity is what gets you $30 to $80 an hour instead of 15. The catch, and I want to be honest about this one, it doesn't really scale past your own hours unless you bring on other tutors eventually, and it lives and dies on word of mouth. So, your first 2 or 3 students basically decide whether this becomes a real thing or not. Number 6. Junk removal. People will pay a surprising amount of money to not deal with an old couch, a dead washer, or a garage full of stuff after somebody moves or passes away. Full junk removal companies charge hundreds of dollars for hauls that mostly just cost you a dump fee and a couple of hours. And you don't even need to own a truck to start this, which surprised me when I looked into it. A lot of people just rent a pickup for the day or team up with a friend who has one, and only buy their own once the work is steady enough to justify it. Add a hand truck and some straps and you're basically fully set up. Not gonna lie, it's a hard physical work, and dump fees will eat your profit if you're not careful with the pricing. But one good job, like clearing out somebody's entire garage, can genuinely pay more than a full shift at a normal part-time job. Number 7. Errands and companionship for elderly neighbors. There is a real growing number of older people who are independent enough to live alone, but who struggle with the stuff that's become physically hard. Grocery runs, pharmacy pickups, getting to appointments, or honestly just having somebody to talk to for a bit. This costs basically nothing beyond gas money, and it's entirely built on trust. Most of your clients come from church bulletin, a neighborhood Facebook group, or a referral from someone's kid who lives 3 states away and just wants peace of mind that somebody's checking in. It won't make anyone rich fast. It's slow because trust with this age group takes time to build. But it's steady. It doesn't disappear when the economy dips. And honestly, a lot of your marketing is just showing up when you said you would, every single time. Number 8. Finding people's unclaimed money. This is probably my favorite, just because almost nobody knows it exists. Every state is sitting on a huge pile of unclaimed property, old bank accounts, uncashed checks, forgotten deposits that legally belongs to real people who have no idea it's there. We're talking about billions of dollars just sitting in government's databases. And quick disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. Some states cap what you're allowed to charge for this. So, before you start, look into the rules wherever you actually are. Number 9. Resume and LinkedIn help. The job market is rough enough right now that a lot of people will straight up pay someone else to fix their resume and LinkedIn, not because they can't write, but because they're too close to their own experience to see what's actually weak about it. If you're a student or a recent grad and you're decent at writing and you understand what recruiters are actually scanning for, this costs you nothing to start. You're just packaging a skill you already have. A written resume, a cleaned up LinkedIn, maybe a practice interview or 2. It's genuinely crowded online, so honestly, the real way in is local. Career centers, alumni groups, people you already know who are job hunting right now. It's not going to turn into something huge by itself, but it's real money with zero cost to try, which makes it one of the easiest thing on this whole list to just test this week and see if you're any good at it. Number 10. Mobile car detailing. People spend a stupid amount of money on their cars, but almost never actually clean them properly. And most detailing shops make you drop off your car and wait around, which a lot of people don't have time for. So here comes our business idea. You can start this with a shop vac, some microfiber towels, a couple of good cleaning products, and a portable pressure washer if you don't already have one from idea number 2. Honestly, some people combine both of these into one business. We're talking $200 to $400 to get a real kit together, and you go to the customer instead of the other way around. A basic interior and exterior detail runs somewhere between $80 and $200, depending on the car and how bad it is. It takes about 2 hours once you get fast at it. The tough part is, it's genuinely a repetitive work, and your body feels it after a full day. But it's one of those businesses where being reliable and just doing a really good job on the first car gets you the next 5. through word of mouth. No marketing required. Number 11. Holiday light installation. Last one. And I like this one because it's seasonal, which sounds like a downside, but it's actually kind of the appeal if you're a student. Around Halloween and Christmas, a lot of homeowners want their house decorated but have zero interest in climbing a ladder themselves. So you're basically renting yourself out with a ladder for a couple of months a year. Startup cost is close to nothing if the customer already owns the light, which a lot of them do. You're just charging them for the labor and the climbing. If you want to offer the lights too, that's more capital, but plenty of people start by just doing the installation and removal. A single house can run anywhere from $200 to $600 depending on size, and you can book several a week during the season. The obvious catch is it's only busy for 2 or 3 months a year, so it's not a full-time income on its own. But as a seasonal side business that pays extremely well for the hours, especially around the school break, it's honestly hard to beat. So that's 11. None of them needed a loan. None of them needed an investor. None of them needed you to already have money to make money, which is the part that always annoyed me about those lists. If I had to actually pick one to start this week with basically nothing in the bank, I'd probably go for the resume help because it costs you literally $0 to try. If you can scrap together a few $100, mobile notary is the best return on that money by a mile. So let me know in the comments which one you'd actually try. And if this was useful, subscribe. I've got more of this coming. See you on the next one. Bye.